There's my boys. And my boy was in the upper 20s last night. Don said to be careful over here on the end of the boardwalk. It's just a little frosty still. It's hovering around freezing right now. Come over here and fix my kitty. Told him I'm missing him not going to the mailbox paper in the morning. He's still taking the unicycle out to go get the mail every day. Check the mailbox because occasionally Amazon will put something in there when you're not expecting it. But he's not out here every morning anymore, at least not first thing. Well, happy New Year's Eve, happy New Year's by the time you see this. It's a nice enough morning. On the agenda today is finish up year-end slides for tomorrow's video. I suppose there's a small chance they'll get pushed out one day to actually make the video parts, but I think we'll get the slides done today and probably the video parts too. I'm also sad to report that a police officer in the Greensboro area of North Carolina lost their life last night. They were off duty and they tried to stop a crime at a local Sheetz. It's the Colfax Sheetz and there's a supercharger there. The person was driving a Chevrolet Equinox and I think I saw reports that indicated that it was a rental, a Hertz rental. We don't have a lot of details. They seem to be really tight-lipped about it. I mean, they haven't said what the crime was or really even released the name of the police officer yet that we've seen. A terrible tragedy though. Off duty trying to do the right thing. Apparently there were some emergency services personnel from Rowan County nearby or also at the Sheetz and they came to the police officer's aid. I believe it was he pronoun was used, but not entirely sure. And he succumbed to his injuries at the hospital apparently. Very sad. Our blue alert was going off on all of our watches and phones and everything last night as they basically had the manhunt for the people on I-40. You get, you know, cruising on I-40, you can get pretty far pretty quick. So they were obviously trying to get people, A, out of the way of these people, and B, to, you know, if you see that vehicle, let us know. There are active duty police in my family, state police in New Jersey, so, you know, that hits close to home. A little frisky this morning. So, of course, our prayers go out for the family. Say, I'm waiting on the heating pad till you actually come out the door this morning, Mom. Here you go, bud. Hi, good morning. I did not see Spot with my eyes yesterday, but I did review the security footage before I went to bed, and he was definitely up here eating around 5:20 p.m. and there was food in the bowls at that time, so I know he at least got that meal. I hope he'll continue to be consistent. For right now, that seems to be working on his path. These scared kitties, they do, like I said, they tend to come out at night, and there is a little less chance of him coming into contact with the backyard boys, so that's a good thing. And Panther was, you know, asleep here, and as long as Panther doesn't get caught at the top of the stairs, you know, he lets even Stripe and Morris occasionally come up and go to the bowl and then go back down. But if he's standing right there, oh, that's not good. Great! Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hi. Hi. There's Big Boy coming to see you. I won't leave him. I'm letting Don read some more of his paper, and I'm doing the video with Gray before we head out for our walk. In the winter, it's a little easier to start a smidge later because of it being chilly. Although it doesn't look as windy today, but you never know till you actually get up to the park. I ordered these plates from Amazon, and they came in this box from USPS this morning on Sunday. USPS drivers are always telling us that Amazon sends all the heavy stuff with the post office and not the Amazon delivery vehicles, and I'd have to say that's pretty much true. I'm sure it's more complicated than that. Anyway, why? Because Valentine's Day and hearts. I have to say it's really pretty. I'm happy with it. I'm not sorry that I ordered it. It is a little different though. These are labeled milk glass, Corelle milk glass, and I think these may have been imported when they weren't necessarily meant for US. I'm not going to say that for sure, but I've never seen this mark on Corelle before just like this, and they're made in China, which is, you know, a little disappointing because probably all Corelle was originally made in the US. But about the same shape, but a little different. This is neither dessert size nor lunch size. And these are a little taller. I would have to say that the glass has the white has a little bit different sheen and a little bit different look to it. But the thing that caught me off guard when I looked at the instruction manual, which, you know, why did I even look at that? But these are not supposed to go in the oven. Serving, refrigerator, freezer, microwave. I think microwave is okay. But not stove top, which I understand you don't put a plate on top of a hot burner. But not oven. So we have a tendency to use them in the toaster oven and occasionally in the big oven. And I'm sure if they're not particularly cold and the oven's not particularly hot, you know, you don't want to do extremes with dishes ever. But it says it's tempered. So I don't know. I don't know what they're so worried about, but I might treat them a little more gingerly than I would my other plates. I'm going to wash them and put them underneath what we're using now until it's a little closer to Valentine's Day. There's kind of a side-by-side. 8 of these is about 4 of these. I handed it to Don and he's like, oh my God, they're heavy. One of the reasons we like the Corellas because they're not heavy. So anyway, interesting. I might leave an Amazon review, but every review I've tried to leave lately, they say it's disqualified. I violated the community guidelines. So as a real person with a real purchase, and I just can't figure why I violated community guidelines. They don't tell you why so you can make changes. They just tell you have, and they throw you the thing that you spent the time to write and put up there out. But they put all these professional reviews up there from people that are getting free product, but they don't want to... Anyway, I mean, it's not like I would say negative things about it. It's just that I would say be prepared. These might not be what you're expecting. So I owe you guys another update on Ruby's failure to have FSD, AP, cruise control capabilities after putting on the holiday update. And first she put on .4 days after Jules, and then she put on .6, .4 twice actually. So they punted, which Dawn and I thought they were going to do, and said we've got to come into the service center. What I didn't see coming, and oh, by the way, I think the remote diagnostic guy was very communicative, and I think he was on and off on Ruby for hours and hours over a couple of days. So, you know, not dedicated full time, but checking back in on the car and what it was doing. I think he gave it his all, and he talked to us, so that was good. But what I didn't see happening is that the first available appointment in Raleigh is on February the 6th. So, you know, I don't Tesla bash, and I don't intend to Tesla bash now. I really don't. I think it's a little unreasonable that for a problem that, as the customer, appears to me that the software update in Tesla caused my car to malfunction, that's a little long to make me wait. In reality though, I'm not going back and forth to downtown Raleigh every day, so I'm not putting in a lot of hours. It's mostly into Cary on Tuesdays and Fuquay on Thursdays and some other times. What it is going to cost though is we were going to take Ruby on the trip to take Johnny back to UNCC and use free supercharging, because we do generally need to charge once, but we usually charge twice for 15 minutes to use the bathroom once in each direction and to be, you know, get out of the car and stretch a bit. So, you know, potentially it's going to cost us a small amount of supercharging time on Jules. It costs us a little bit of money, not more than $15, but, you know, it's going to cost us a few bucks. And you know, I want to take the car I want to take. I just don't expect Dawn to drive Ruby for what amounts to 6 hours with no traffic assistance features. So my hope is that they're going to push another software update out to the car, .7 or whatever, and that will maybe fix her. That there's other cars in the fleet, I know for a fact from Reddit, that have the exact same thing happen to them that happened to Ruby. Another reason why I feel it's not car specific, I think it software update caused. It's a little shame though that whatever happened, at least up until this point, they can't just fix with another software update. Normally software fixes software and you're all good to go, but yeah. And then there's one other thing we might try here at the house to fix her ourselves. So we'll let you know if that works. Look at that message from Tesla. New Year's light show. Schedule light show 10 minutes before midnight. And there's a link to take you straight to the toy box. A Tesla enthusiast in me wants to run over there and ask them if they want to do the light show with me in a synchronized thing. I'll leave them be. They were eating in the car, so. And if they'd have gotten out to chat with us, it might have come up in conversation. So if you're at a supercharger out somewhere today, you know, there might be a fellow Tesla enthusiast that wants to do the light show. There's a red Y going that way. Another red Y just went that way. Every time we're up here walking, we see 2 or 3 Teslas go past. I'm sure the owner was driving, but they did safely pull over to let the ambulance go by. It is windy, but the sun is brighter today, and it just doesn't feel as bad. The wind gusts are not quite as strong. We're getting her done. I always say that I vow not to make resolutions, and that's really true this year too. I just try to be the best I can be all year long, and I try not to set unreasonable goals. And just, you know, push a little bit every day. So no specific resolution. Dawn's coming back to let me catch up. I stopped for some trash. And we're walking these curbs and these lines on purpose as part of the balance exercise. Hey there. I was just saying I don't make resolutions, so I try to be the best do the best I can every day. Intermediate goals. I told Don to summon me to his location. He wanted to look at the recycle thing. So hopefully we're doing more than just going forward. Well, that's not good. I bet if I open the door it stops. Or Dawn stopped it. That was pretty abrupt for the poor passenger.
It's a really pretty day, and so Kitten said, why don't you smart summons the car over to the recycle center? And I tried and I flubbed it. I can't read and follow directions, but she got it, and of course it's working. So here comes Jules right over here to me. I got to say, that's pretty handy. I don't think Jules is going to run me over. Come on, Jules. Yeah. Way cool. You did good, sweetie. I'll do better next time. Yeah, I had to practice. Yeah, I need practice.
Before I get busy in the house, I'm out here to see Panther. I put another can of food in the bowl because when Spot comes, and he seems to come between 5 and 6 every day, I want him to have plenty of food to eat, and Panther too. Panther asked for food at midnight last night, though. I think sometimes it gets 8. You know, he wants to go back at 9 or 10 o'clock and get one more round of food, and between Spot and the possums and the raccoons, he can't do that. So Don's out there with Ruby, confirming that the problem still persists. Just a little short drive to see if he could or couldn't engage AP. I think you know by the time you get to the surface street up there, but then you got to turn around and come back.
Well, I'm in Ruby. I'm gonna drive her just to check to see any codes and or full self-driving comes back or stays away. She is at 2023.44.30.6. So the Tesla repair guy, he's done what he can do. My plan is, assuming that she doesn't self-drive, I'm going to do a capacitive discharge. I'm going to disconnect the high voltage and 12 volt battery, and then basically do a power on reset. I'll talk about that when I get back. So it says cruise not available. I do have navigation in here, but it's not doing anything. There's nobody behind me. I normally wouldn't film. I'm not as good as Marianne at doing things, but yeah, so I would say definitely there is no navigation. Oh, and we have a little red thing up here at the top, and it went away. It probably said something about the cruise control. I'm going to turn around up here at the environmental park. This road is well marked. I mean, we've self-drove on this road a bunch of times, so there's something. Obviously, full self-driving is not available, and so I'm just going to turn around here and see. All right, let's try this one more time. Let's see. Yeah, she won't even do anything now. All right, well, that's the best we can do. Okay, I'm in Ruby, back in the garage. I've lowered the window down so I can reach in and unlock, open the door. I've got the front up. I'm coming over here to the car, and I'm gonna go to service, safety. So it's safety down at the bottom, and I'm gonna click power off, and I'm gonna get out of the driver's seat here. So are you sure you want to power off? Place foot on brake pedal to turn back on. So I'm going to get out of the driver's seat because somebody told me once that that's what you need to do. And so I'm going to hit power off. And close the door. I don't remember. All right. Well, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to call it powered off. And I'm going to pop the fireman's loop and pull the stuff out, but I'll save you that gory detail here. And once I get it taken apart, I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, I've got the front out, and the thing is, you don't need to mess with the battery. You can see, obviously, there's the battery. There's the red positive cable, and if you look real careful, you see the negative cable right there. And the person who told me how to do this said, don't even mess with the battery. Go over and undo the end of the negative cable where it hooks to the frame. And so that's what I'm going to do. And that looks like it's something bigger than a 10. I'll find out what size that is. Well, I don't think we were successful. No, it's got the exact same problem that it had. I mean, there's no symptom hasn't changed. It's doing the same thing. I had to calibrate the Falcon wing doors. It put a little pop-up up here and told me to, you know, make sure there's no obstruction, then hold the button down, and it calibrated. Also, it said to plug and unplug the charge cable. I was unable to charge. Plug and unplug the charge cable, and the charge cable was not plugged in. But I just simply pushed the little button on the wand and the little flap opened. It was red. I plugged the cable in. It turned green. It started charging. I pushed the button and unconnected it, and everything's fine. But so the only quirkies is the calibration was needed on the Falcon wing doors, and it initially couldn't charge. But other than that, it went well. I didn't have any trouble doing the reset. Just it didn't seem to help. We're going to put it in service mode here, and we're going to try to reinstall the software, I think, or I'll have Marianne do that. I don't remember exactly how to do the service mode.
So in 2024, I have quite the conundrum, and nighttime's rubbing your chin on my camera. I have quite the conundrum about what Lego I want to build, because I got so many things that I want to. But this is the Lego Friends Treehouse set, and I really like it, and I have this up in the attic, but I'm not going to build that. I'm going to build instead. Hi. She was rubbing my chin and rubbing my cameras and just wanting in on the action, Mom. Actually, I'm sure what she really wants is some food. Instead, I'm going to build the beekeeper shop, which is an alternative build from Brick Artisan. I've got several of his things around. So basically, he takes that set and only uses those pieces, and he builds something else. And this is a modular little beekeeper shop, complete with the little beekeeper dots to go on some of the jars and stuff. So... And of course, I want to build the museum that I just got for Christmas. But there's one other thing I want to build, and there's going to be several. This is a half plate, so it's 16 by 32. There's going to be several 16 by 32 buildings this year. There's another one by Brick Artisan that I want to do also. But since it's still technically the holidays and I haven't put up the Christmas village yet, there's one other thing I want to do for this year. So they call this the gingerbread castle, and I've been collecting medium nougat, this light brown brick, all summer long into the fall, and I really think I want to start on this, complete this, work on it. I think the first thing it does is this spire and walkway, which I imagine has some pegs that attaches it to the rest of the castle. So I'm going to try to build that. Now I know I have these special reddish brown slopes that go at the top, because I didn't have those. I ordered them along with the medium nougat. And I should have a lot of the white that's at the base, you know, the snow at the bottom. And so I'm going to say that I'm at least going to build the left part, and I may or may not build the right part, the main part of the castle, before next fall. We'll see. It just depends on how long and how many parts I'm short. How long it takes and how many pieces of nougat I have that I need or don't have. Yeah, and how many pieces is it, you're wondering? It's just shy of 4,000 pieces. It's 3,971. Don't you kind of think he should have figured out another 29 parts just so he could say it was 4,000? Beautiful on the inside. Look at this tree up against the wall. Of course, they've used light bricks to light up the candle there, but it is decorated inside as much as there is. It's got these beautiful stained glass windows, so I'm sure I'm going to end up putting an LED in it, and wow. There's a note from the designer that blue bricks in the instructions can be any color, and basically don't use medium nougat because you need so many of them. You don't want to waste them where they won't be seen. But good to know. I think that's great to do that in the instructions, because obviously for me, I have a lot of bricks and colors I might never use, but probably don't want to use the nougat, so that's good to know. A lot of medium nougat in those bags, and well, actually this is the dark tan, but there's a lot of medium nougat here as well. I just did a sanity check on colors. This is medium nougat. This is dark tan, this is dark orange, medium nougat, and reddish brown. It is what it is. These are dark orange. These are medium nougat. So I'll have to, you know, just pay attention. But you know, it's meant to go back and forth. So probably if it didn't line up just right, it wouldn't be the end of the world either. But I am going to try to do it just right. Hi, boys. Don't get scared, Morris. You're fine. Is she fixed? Is she fixed?
No joy.
Okay, well, I kept my, what's the right word? My,
Positive attitude.
my anticipation of, I didn't overextend my hopes. I can't quite come up with the right word, but I didn't get over...
Kept your
expectations. That's the word. In check. Yeah, that's exactly the word. My expectations were it might work, it might not.
Right.
So we're going to reinstall the software update now.
Yeah.
Go into service mode and do that.
And you know how to do that? Because I don't remember how to get in service mode.
I do.
Okay. Well, you go do that.
I appreciate you trying. The guys with inquiring minds that wanted to know, they appreciate you trying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the biggest task ever, but it's not fun taking out all those screws and then putting them back. Don even dusted the frunk while he had it out of the car. So tell me the truth. Yeah. How's my HEPA filter look?
They looked all right.
I mean, after 6 years, I know that's an expensive filter, but we've never replaced it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure stand placing, but it wasn't gunked up. It looked fine.
Okay.
The only other thing I meant to mention is obviously when I hooked the battery, as I was unhooking the cable from frame ground, the negative cable, the connection there at frame, it sparks a lot when you disconnect it, and it really sparks a lot when you connect it back up.
Yeah,
so,
you got to man up to do that, huh?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Well, having connected, put a wrench up to a starter solenoid to retighten it back down on the starter, having disconnected the battery cable but not moved it properly away from the terminal, and the amount of sparking I received that day underneath the car that I damn near killed myself getting out from underneath it. I don't ever want to experience it. So thank you for manning up and doing that for me.
But I'm just letting, in case anybody does it and they have all that sparking, that's just what it does.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Tux. Hi. Oh, Hi. Careful, bud. Careful, careful. Come on. Careful. Morris is up here. Let's not, yeah. I would have bought 4 pounds instead of 3, but Harris Teeter keeps on selling these 3-pound roasts, and they don't want to stand up, and I want it to stand up, so I use skewers. I'm on step 20, and I've made good progress. I was sorting as well as building, so, you know, I put some effort into that. Well, dot 6 downloaded quick this time. Didn't hang for 12 hours. And it went on within an hour. I think it said 50 minutes. So, I don't know. Let's go see. I assume just normal operating when you got in the car.
Yeah, I know.
No alerts or messages.
Just had the software screen out.
Yeah. Be careful for kitties. Goes without saying, I'm sure. Spot was up to eat. I had to bring.
Did you do that before?
Oh, it switched to 5 mile an hour, baby. It's never seen the 5 mile an hour sign. I think it might be okay. I think it might. I'm like grabbing hold of Don's arm. I think it's okay.
Yeah, it does say 5 miles an hour.
Oh, I think that's good news.
Oh, look at the circle. The driver's steering wheel circle's there.
Oh my God, it is. We can invoke autopilot. Oh, hot damn, baby. All right, well, we appear to not have a problem anymore.
Well, it's all, Andy was the one who said, look, even if you do the capacitive reset and it doesn't work, why don't you just go on and redo the software and so what's it gonna hurt?
Right.
Because otherwise I would have just said to hell with it and went in there and watched the game, you know, but
well, and I reminded you.
Yes, you did. She did. So thanks, Andy.
We'll get out here and actually invoke it, but when you have the symbols to invoke it, it's good.
I have it late. Yeah, we'll go around here and invoke it, and it'll be a big red triangle.
And I am going to tell Tesla what we did so they could have a little more insight for other people. Yeah, well, I might even go back out to that Reddit thing and put some stuff out there. I know Tesla don't really want people disconnecting the 12-volt battery on their own, but you know, some guys have a comfort level about doing that. And yeah. Sweet.
Look at that little baby go. Oh, she's
apply force to this, and there's no camera in here, so that's not because you looked away.
Yeah, nagging me.
Well, that was a nice New Year's present. Yeah, well, she's driving terrible on FSD downtown, although we have not tried Jules, but she basically ran over some parking spaces.
Right,
that were marked well enough that she shouldn't have been doing that. Oh. Okay. Oh, that was a little fast.
Don't you like to zoom it along at like 25 miles an hour, baby?
Well, that is the speed limit. That's why I never drive 25 down here, because it's not really... Anyway. Okay. The only thing she really did wrong was she ran over some parking spaces.
Yeah, like this right here. See how it was that she was running over the parking places.
Right, well, she's not doing it here, but on that other road she was. I don't know what the difference is, because the paint's pretty similar.
Yeah.
And it's same markings and same style of parking spots.
Well, but the other road doesn't have a line down the middle.
That is true.